Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Delicious meets nutritious in the snack that packs a real protein punch. Wonderful Pistachios. Each 1 ounce serving of Wonderful Pistachios has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value and making Wonderful Pistachios one of the highest protein nuts. But perhaps more than that, I love all of the flavors they have. Their sea salt and vinegar ones are my favorite when I'm craving that flavor but want to keep it healthy. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Wonderful Pistachios come in a variety of flavors, like chili roasted, honey roasted, smoky barbecue, and jalapeno lime, perfect for enjoying with family and friends or taking them with you on the go. Whether you're a pistachio purist who loves cracking open every nut, or you prefer the convenience of no-shells pistachios, Wonderful Pistachios has got you covered. Grab Wonderful Pistachios and elevate your snacking game today. So fill up with a healthy snack when hunger strikes. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. That's wonderfulpistachios.com. It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, episode 2628, and I'm Dr. Neal, your host of the show. Welcome back to another Friday show where I answer your questions. On all the other days, I read health and fitness blogs to you like an audiobook, with permission from the authors, of course. Now, I'll let you know how you can send in your own question at the end of the show and get a copy of our workbook for free. But for now, let's hear today's question and start optimizing your life.
Hi, Dr. Neal. I absolutely love your show. It's super motivating and very informative. I always listen to it on my way to work, and it's a daily motivation to stay healthy, on track, especially with working out and eating healthy. I love all the information you give. Okay, so now to my question. I am just curious if there are any side effects to using monk fruit sweetener and stevia sweetener, because I drink protein shakes. I use protein powder daily, and they both have monk fruit sweetener and stevia sweetener. I'm assuming they're the safest form of artificial sweetener. I'm just not sure if that they make you crave more things that are sweeter, because I have noticed I've been craving sweeter things, as well as if it affects your microbiome or if it affects your gut health at any negative way.
Hi, caller. Thank you so much for your kind words and for being a regular listener. It makes me so happy to know that you find the show so helpful. Now, I've shared this story before, but I'm going to share it again because it's so perfect for this question. Years ago, when I served as a health educator for a weight loss program, I would always tell my patients that if they wanted to satisfy their sweet craving, diet soda and other foods with these alternative sweeteners were a good option. This was especially true for those with diabetes. Now, why would I recommend the consumption of artificial sweeteners? Well, it was because these foods typically had no or very few calories and no real sugar. This means they could consume as many sodas and sugar-free hard candies as they would like, and it would still satisfy their sweet craving, but we wouldn't have to worry about getting off track with their weight loss or blood sugar goals. But was this really the best advice? Well, there are so many artificial sweeteners available at your local market, it's hard to keep track. While some of them have been sold commercially for decades, others are rookies and newer to the game. But what we're learning is not all of these sugar substitutes are created equal. Get it? Because equal is one type of sugar substitute? Okay, I'll stop. Now, one of the sweeteners you asked about was monk fruit extract, so I'll start there. Now, monk fruit is an actual fruit, and it's naturally grown in China. Now, it has been used in China for hundreds of years as a natural remedy for things like the common cold, a sore throat, coughs, and congestion. Now, in the United States, the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, has labeled monk fruit extract as generally recognized as safe for human consumption. This means that there doesn't appear to be any major negative health effects associated with its consumption. But there are some other organizations that disagree with the FDA. For example, the Center for Science in the Public Interest believes monk fruit extract should be used with caution. This is because they believe there aren't enough human studies to know whether long-term use is safe. But we're going to come back to that idea a little later. Now, I should mention what monk fruit extract is. It's just what it sounds like. It's an extract from the monk fruit. Now, when we add this extract to our foods, it doesn't mean we're getting a fruit serving at the same time. Yes, it's derived from monk fruit, which is a fruit, but you're not getting an actual fruit serving. Instead, the extract is made up of these compounds called mogrosides. And it turns out these mogrosides make monk fruit extract taste 200 times sweeter than sugar. So, as you can imagine, monk fruit extract is becoming popular as a sugar substitute. And like many other sugar substitutes, it does contain 0 calories. Next up, stevia. Now, stevia is sometimes called Rebiana. This sweetener comes in different forms like Truvia, Purevia, and Sweet Leaf. Now, each is a little different in their chemical compositions. Stevia itself comes from the leaves of the yerba dulce plant. For now, like monk fruit extract, stevia is also generally recognized as safe by the Food and Drug Administration. This means that at this time, there's not enough scientific evidence to show that stevia consumption may be harmful. But I should mention that there are some studies that have shown stevia may lead to genetic mutations, but these studies were performed in a lab and not with actual living humans. So when it comes to these alternative sweeteners and things like appetite and weight loss, what we do find is that these sugar substitutes add sweetness and they do save calories initially, but after consuming these 0-calorie sweeteners, some folks tend to make up for those calories by eating other sweet foods throughout the day. It's like these artificial sweeteners don't seem to satisfy the same way as regular sugar does. So when it comes to things like weight management, it turns out that these alternative sweeteners may not be all that effective. So here's what I would suggest. Right now, most health experts agree that sugar alcohols are safe to use on a regular basis. These would be things like sorbitol and mannitol. When it comes to stevia, it does seem to be quite safe as well. So stevia you could probably consume and really not worry about any harmful side effects. But when it comes to monk fruit extract, it might be worthwhile to consume it in small amounts for now until we know a bit more about it. I would feel more comfortable with monk fruit extract when, for example, the Center for the Science in the Public Interest agrees with the FDA that it is safe to consume. And again, don't be surprised if some of these alternative sweeteners don't satisfy your sweet tooth like you would imagine. So just be cautious if you find yourself craving sweet stuff even after using these substitutes. When you're hiring, it feels amazing to finally close out a job search. But what if you could get rid of the search and just match? You can with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it filters out incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Thank you again so much for the question, caller. Now, if you want a physical copy of our Optimal Living Daily Workbook shipped to you for free and you're in the US, send in a relevant health-related question. It can be about diet, fitness, nutrition, stress management, anything along those lines. And your question will be answered right here on the show. If you're outside the US, we'll send you a digital version of the workbook. So to send in a question, you can email one to health@oldpodcast.com. Or if you want to send in a question via audio and have your voice played on the show, come by oldpodcast.com/ask to record from your computer. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in your question. The number is 1-61-I-LOVE-OHD. That's 1-614-568-3643. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. Answering them is my favorite part of the show. All right, that's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily. Thank you so much for listening every day and all the way through. I hope you have a great start to your weekend, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.